All right, guys, so I wanted to make this quick video. Had a lot of questions about MyFitnessPal this week and how to use it, how to set it up. So we're gonna go in the app. We're gonna look at mine. Right, so up at the top here, bar here, I have my calories. This home page is just, it's just what you open to. If you want to add your weight for the day, you can go to weight, right? Take a progress picture, add whatever your weight was, and then it'll give you a little graph, and you can take all your little progress pictures or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go to diary. Okay, you can either do that by hitting diary at the bottom or clicking the bar at the top, and then it'll show you this is what you've eaten for today, right? So let's say I go and have a snack. I would just hit add food and I would type in whatever I want, right? So if I click this bar at the top, this will show me my nutrients, right? This is the screen that's most important. This is, if I ever ask you for a picture of your MyFitnessPal, this is what I want to see, okay? So when we say you're hitting your macros, right, you're basically trying to fill all of these bars of proteins, carbs, and fats without going over, okay? Ideally, you want to fill the fiber and you don't want to overfill the sugar because, that's just eating quality food. But don't really pay attention to those too much. Just pay attention to the macronutrients for now. So you can see I have eaten breakfast and lunch, and I am about halfway through my carbs, a little under half through my proteins and fats. Okay. So you can do these other screens, but I never pay attention to them. So we're going to go back. All right. So I need a little bit more protein, obviously, to catch up with my carbohydrate bar. Okay. So I'm going to have a shake, right? So I'm going to type in X-Works. Okay, and you can see that I have vanilla right there. Like, that's just the one I normally drink. So I type in X-Works. Okay. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Works. Okay. And so it has all of their different flavors, right? Pretty cool. So let's say today I'm drinking chocolate. Awesome. Okay. So I'm just going to do one scoop and I'm going to hit check. Okay. It says food is high in protein, and then it adds my little bar, right? So now I have 122 grams of protein that I have to find over the rest of the day. Okay, so that's how that works. If you want to delete it, obviously just delete. Okay, the cool thing about MyFitnessPal is that it literally has absolutely every single food. Well, not every food, but it has pretty much everything you'd ever want to eat. Okay, so if I go dinner, right, I can just search, like, I don't know, let me think of something. Let's do Campbell's soup, right? I've never eaten it, never tracked it, but it has every single flavor, right? And all of these check marks tell you that is a verified thing, right? So let's have Campbell's tomato basil soup, okay? You can change the serving size to be whatever you want. So I like to measure in milliliters and grams just because that is kind of the most, or milliliters, grams, and ounces, because that is the most accurate in my opinion. So maybe I put my empty bowl on there on the scale, I tare it, so I zero it out, and then I go 1 milliliter, right? And then I pour my soup in, and let's say it gets to 221, it gets to 221 milliliters. That's what it says on the scale, and I hit check. So that'll give me a more exact reading of what carbs, proteins, and fats are, because this is based on the serving size that is written on the back of the can. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, and then you add it, and it'll add it to your diary. Okay. So I'm going to delete that. So that's how you go about adding food. The other cool thing is that this, when you're adding food, you can hit this little scanner bar at the top right. Right, so I'm going to scan a barcode. I got some lovely sriracha right here. Whoa. Okay, let's try that again. Whoa, not a good answer. Let's try this. This is empty apple juice. Okay, so apple juice. Right, perfect. Okay, I'm going to set it on the scale. I'm going to go for milliliters. Right, so milliliters. And let's say I pour 300 milliliters. right? And then I just add that, okay? It'll give me a warning when you're going, like if it says this food has a lot of fat or this food has a lot of sugar, be careful. So it'll give you those little warnings. So that's how to add, that's how to track. The goal is to fill these little bars, right? So how do you set this up? Okay, we're gonna go to more at the bottom, and then we're gonna go right here to goals, okay? When you tap on goals, these top 5 bars, don't even worry about them. You can set them, but this is basically the same thing. It's just kind of auto-calculating your calories, okay? Under nutrition goals, that's where we're gonna go, okay? So calorie, carbs, protein, and fats goals, okay? So you can set this to be whatever your calculator says for what your goal is, okay? So let's change this and say it's 2,500 calories, right? That's what we're going for. And then it'll spit out these ratios, and then you can play with these how you want, right? So if your goal is 2,500 calories, let's say you're an 160-pound guy, right? Wait, that's really light. Let's say you're a 160-pound woman, right? This is obviously a little bit much protein, right? So we can drop this down to be more close to 165, okay? You could go 25, I'd probably leave it at 30. Okay, if you have questions about what to set your percentages at, come and ask me. I'd be more than happy to help you out with this. But basically, we're looking for 0.9 to 1.1 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and then between 20 and 30% fat. And then all of the rest is carbohydrates, right, to reach 100%. That's really as simple as it gets, okay? So for me and my goals, right, my stuff is set at 3108, okay, and I'm trying to maintain. So I weigh 192 pounds this morning. You'll notice that my protein goal is set at 233, right? So theoretically, I should really be at 25%, okay? But I want to keep my fat low because I want to stay lean, and I really don't need it. And at the end of the day, I could do this, but 427 grams of carbs is a lot, right? It's hard to eat that much carbs unless you're just drinking apple juice or like pouring honey down your throat, right? So I like to have a little bit extra protein. It's fine, okay? So again, all of this is not an exact science. This is MyFitnessPal is just a tool, and you should use it like a tool. This is not the Bible. This is not like you need to live your life by this, but you want to weigh and measure and be as accurate as you can and consistent and persistent as you can with this stuff, right? And it will pay off. So that's how you set your goals. You don't need to buy premium. Premium is kind of a waste of money in my opinion. I had it for a while. The extra features aren't really all that great or useful. So you can do everything you need with just the basic one. So set your goals. If you need to calculate your calories, let me know and I will send you whatever you need. If you need help with what percentages you should start at, if you're new to this, 40-20-40, 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat is a great place to start, and then see how you feel, okay? Some people do a little bit better with more carbs, some people do a little bit better with more fats, and so on and so on. So again, you have to play with it, and you have to find what's going to work for you. My best recommendation would be just be consistent, okay? This stuff isn't going to happen overnight. I'll actually show you my progress pictures, right? So I've been doing this since the beginning, right? So I weighed, right? This is the first picture, okay? A little bit doughy, right? And then we can look at, as we go, right? Starting to get leaner, right? And I've actually gained 2 pounds on this scale, right? So this was this morning. This was yesterday, okay? So that's what we're looking like, and this is just a little bit doughier, okay? And then I've actually gained 2 pounds. I've been eating 50% carbs, so I'm eating a lot of carbohydrates, right? And you can see I'm eating chocolate chips. I would rather eat my fats in my meats, right? So, and in chocolate chips because I like chocolate chips. So, if you want to eat chocolate chips, that's fine, but you'll notice I'm still pretty low on fat for the day, right? So I eat lean, plain, bland chicken most of the day so that I can have my little chocolate chip and peanut butter sandwiches at night, okay? If that makes sense, awesome. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Text me, message me on Facebook, drop a comment below. Whatever you guys need, I'm here for you. All right, see you soon.